Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. In this video, we got a 2023 Tesla Model X in our shop, and it's in the ultra red paint color. Super nice paint color. And in this video, we're gonna be going over how to do a bulk PPF install on the hood. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so we got the bulk sheet of film laid over top of the hood. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull the film back. We're gonna get a bunch of slip solution underneath the film. So that's the driver's side is done. Now we're gonna do the same on the passenger side. So if you're wondering what kind of spray keg I'm using the True Spray keg. And it is, if you're a PPF installer and you're serious about your craft, I don't know why you don't have one of these things. This is not a sponsored video by them. They did not pay me to promote their product. I bought this system with my own money, and I think it is some of the best money I've ever spent as far as equipment goes for installing PPF. So if you want one, go pick one up. You will not be wasting your money. You will not go wrong buying it, and let them know Eric from Drive Protected sent you. So, all right, now we're ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna start right over here on driver's side. We're gonna get the film tacked down to the fender. Just like so. You can see we're still quite loose over here, and the film is gliding nicely on the hood. That's what we want. Now we're gonna come over to the passenger side, and what we're gonna do is, if you look across the hood, you can see some fingers there. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna take and stretch this, and we're gonna stretch it out so those fingers lay flat. Get more tack solution there. And we're gonna squeegee that down. There we go, that's good. Now we're gonna come across the front over here, and the PPF is still relatively dry here. So what we're gonna do, if you wanna come over to my side, on the right side I should say, what I'm gonna do now when I do my four corner tack is I'm gonna pull the film. I'm pulling right along this ridge, but I'm pulling to the point where these fingers all disappear and lay flat. So, I'm just gonna pull down. Not gonna pull too terribly hard. Stick that there, and I'll come over here. Get some tack solution over here. Squeegee that down. There we go. Do the same thing on the driver's side. I'm gonna stretch this out. There we go, that's good. And as you can see, we have no fingers across the front of this hood. This is perfect, this is exactly what you want. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this trusty True Spray keg, and I'm gonna spray a bunch of slip solution over the top of the film. This is just gonna help the squeegee glide properly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're gonna start massaging. Actually, I need to pull this up a bit. There we go. That's good. I'm just gonna take the palm of my hand. I'm gonna start massaging all this air out. You can see right here this finger wanting to pop up. So what I'm gonna do is pull the film back. And I'm just gonna, oh, you don't wanna do that. We're just gonna tack this to the pillar a little bit too. There we go. That is perfect. Now, we have this ridge right over here. This ridge is gonna be the starting point for me on my installation. First, I wanna get rid of all that air. So I'm actually gonna start right down over here. I'm gonna have my squeegee ready to take the shape of that ridge all the way to the back. Just like so. We're gonna come over that a couple more times. There we go. And then we're gonna squeegee everything down. There we go. Now what I'm gonna try and do is pop the film up over here. Well, it is already popped up. And got my tack solution in there. And we got that down perfectly. There we go. That's what we want. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come around over here to the front. Now this Model X has got a big hood, and I've put it up on ramps, and I probably shouldn't have for the sake of this video. But all I'm doing right now is just massaging a bunch of air out from underneath the film. What I'm gonna do is actually come right over here, and we're gonna start right in the middle, and we're gonna squeegee right out the back. And I'm gonna come right here, and squeegee right down the front, and we're gonna break this hood down into two separate sections, driver's side and passenger side. So now I'm gonna start at the back. I'm just gonna I'm gonna push the film down right along the back there. And then we're gonna start pulling everything down out towards the front. So always make sure you're overlapping your squeegee strokes. That's the fastest way to make sure that there's no moisture that's left behind, or very minimal. There we go. There we go, that's perfect. Now let's do the passenger side. Do the exact same thing here. We'll start getting this air out from underneath the film, and I'm actually gonna have to lift the film up a little bit here. You know what? We're gonna get some more slip solution underneath the film as well too. It has been down for a couple of minutes, and I can feel that it started to want to set itself into place. So now, first thing I want to do is I'm actually going to lift the film up here and lift it up. That way I can stretch the film across this ridge without damaging the adhesive of the film. Just like so. There we go. That's good. That's going to stay. Now, take and pull all the air out. And we're gonna push this air out the back as well too. Same thing, we're gonna come right across this ridge. I'm actually gonna tack this down. There we go, that's good. come across. Now we're gonna get some tack solution behind the film on the hood so we can get that down nicely. There we go. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and squeegee everything down out the back of the hood. So we wanna make sure that this back edge is down. Very simple hood once you start to realize how to properly stretch everything into place, and then how to work your ridges and your valleys and get everything down nicely. Okay, there we go. I've got the hood installed. That might have been one of the fastest bulk hoods I've ever installed PPF on. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my knife, I'm gonna come right over here. I'm gonna leave 1 inch left behind. And then I'm going to take my tack solution, and all I'm doing right now is I'm flushing out the slip solution that is left behind under the film. This is so we can speed up the process of wrapping our edges. Now, because of how much tension is pulled diagonally across the hood, I'm gonna leave this for a little while because I want this to set naturally. So right now, all I'm worried about is the front over here where we don't have any tension, just to get that slip solution out from underneath there so we can begin the process of drying out the film so we can wrap it. Now, right now, before we end this video, take my drying towel, we're gonna dry the hood off, and I'm gonna look for areas of contamination, areas that I may have missed while squeegeeing. I know on the driver's side of the back hood, we have to squeegee down a little bit more, so we're gonna do that. But the reason I'm doing this now is I'm looking for any kind of contamination that may be left behind, hair, dust, debris, anything that may be left behind, because now, let's say I find a hair over here, I can pop the film up because it's not adhered to the paint. I can pop the film up, I can go in, take that out, and I can lay it back down and not have to worry about any squeegee line, or not squeegee lines, adhesive lines or work marks, that type of thing. So this is always, this is kind of like your insurance when you're done your installation. Do this before you wrap your edges, because when you wrap your edges and then you find something, it makes it so much harder to go and get those areas down. So last thing we need to do is just get this down here, and there we go. That is going to conclude this video. So yeah, if you're a PPF installer, do yourself the favor, spend the money on a good spray keg system. Go to True Spray. We're gonna have a link in the description below, and reach out to them, tell them that Eric from Drive Protected sent you, and they might be able to hook you up on a good deal, because it is literally the best piece of equipment a PPF installer can have besides a hoist. So we'll see you in the next video.